highly suggest do not start a haunt in 2 months.
At the Final Bell, class is eternal. Tonight we're here in Hampstead, Maryland at the Final Bell Haunted Schoolhouse. And we're here with co-owners Matt Tillett and Carlos Rivas.
There's a method to the madness.
Oh yes.
Oh, I see some diseases right there.
Yep. They're gonna walk us through for a behind the scenes tour and we're taking you all into class with us. So without further ado, let's look at some spooky stuff.
Don't Damn it, Carlos!
Got him!
Ooh, we're at the Final Bell. Let's see if somebody is here.
Oh, there, he's already, looky there.
Dang, Carlos is right there.
I've seen you guys recently.
Haven't we seen you over at Egress?
Hey, I think you guys are just following me around.
Maybe.
We might be.
Well, hey,
We
do
heard-
you guys want to see my second home?
Your second home, let's check
so,
it out.
you know, I like to own as much as I can, so I decided to do a second attraction for 2025. I mean, you guys just saw Harrah's.
Oh, look, it's one of your favorite giants over there.
All right, you know how much I love my Giants. Welcome to the Final Bell.
you.
We are in a school.
Oh, it's an old school building.
It's an old school, yeah. It's a little bit different. And have you guys met Matt?
Popscare!
Hey, it's
Howdy,
Matt.
y'all. How are you?
We're doing great. How's Matt doing? What are you doing here?
He gave me a fun opportunity. Figured, let's try it out.
Heck yeah.
Okay.
Let's try to do some fun stuff. So,
Yeah.
So Matt is an official partner here at the Final Bell. So now we've teamed up. His genius of sound and lighting, and my genius of giants, because that's all I like. Just giants, right? No. But we teamed up together and created the Final Bell.
Heck yes.
Yeah.
We're
it
excited.
is the final. Class is eternal. That's the tagline.
Class is
Ooh.
eternal. Oh
Yes.
no, that's terrible.
It's gonna haunt you forever.
That's terrible.
As we talked, when you guys were at Harrah's, I was contacted about starting a school here. I called Matt and was like, Matt, I need help. I need your genius. We brought him on, and now we are a partner here at Final Bell. We only own part of the school.
Okay.
It
Matt's
looked like a really big building, yeah.
Yeah, it's a big building, and hopefully, if the plans work for me and Matt, we want to expand, and hopefully, we'll have like the whole first floor down the line. But look, baby steps. Even though I haven't been taking baby steps, we talked about this earlier.
I don't think he knows what
Yeah.
baby steps are.
So Matt, he runs the whole show during operations. He does. Matt is the guy now for Final Bell. I'm in the back and I throw paint at the walls every once in a while.
There you go. All right.
So
But the actual design and layout was all his genius, and he rocked every square inch. It's amazing what he came up with.
Carlos has definitely got an eye for making use of space. For
He's
sure.
good with
Yeah.
he's good with shapes in their physical form. I'm good with shapes in their lighting
Lighting.
and sonic form. So I think it's a fun collaboration and
Yes.
a fun balance that we have.
Yes.
So.
And you guys didn't have a whole lot of time to get this ready, right?
No. So
For 2025, that is.
Yeah.
permit approval happened first week of August.
Oh my gosh.
So we had stuff
Holy
like on pallets in the building, but we couldn't start until we got that approval. So first week of August, we went hard. I think we had 7, 8 people for,
I don't think we had that many. No more than 8 ever in the building, and most of the times it was 6. You know, for the 6. You know, it depended. 4 to 8 if we got lucky, and we just had to crank it out.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how many square feet are you using right now so far?
So the entire space we're in is just around 12,000
Okay.
square feet. So I think the show is what, probably like
The show
9,
is
10?
roughly around 8,000 square feet right now.
Gotcha.
But we have potential. You know, obviously, first year you can only do so much. I mean, we had 2 months, and
Right.
and you guys saw what I was doing at Harrah's, and it was hell. So, but we had big plans for this year to make it a little bit longer, use more of the square footage, and we also. So the attraction has 8,000. We have a bunch of storage and everything, but we also, this is not included in that square footage. This is just a queue line.
Oh, wow.
Which Matt made it all pretty with his lights and fancy stuff.
I had to do something really, really quick, so this is what it is.
Hey.
It's not a light show per se, but eventually with time,
Yeah.
we'll be able to do
I
that.
got a feeling it's heading that way. Yep.
Yes.
But you feel like you're in a school when you're here, which
You
I
do.
think.
I immediately saw the lockers and I was like, oh my God.
So it's funny. So when we moved in and started, where the dark carpet is here now, this was all dual-sided lockers. So all that had to get ripped out. A lot of it got gutted and is now in the show currently. Luckily, we had some help from the facilities people here, so they took care of that for us. But yeah, no, this is all full lockers when we moved in.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's the one good thing is this is an actual school, and it closed down in 2017.
2016.
2016.
Okay.
So the school closed down in 2016. We're still in Carroll County. This is Hampstead.
Hampstead.
Hampstead. I used to live in Hampstead. You guys know where that is in Baltimore. But so the school closed because they built a new school, and so they had to close this down. And then another company come and took it over because the town was freaking out. Hey, we don't want this thing torn down. So a company bought it and has been leasing it certain parts out to like other companies.
Okay.
The cool thing is there's a lot of history to the school, and there's a lot of things that we're allowed to use from the school, which is something.
We can actually pop over here. That's a
Okay.
great little example.
Oh, I see a little display case over
So
there.
I don't know why, but they did do this. So when they moved, they left all the jerseys. They left multiple trophies and plaques. So we've been allowed to use those, especially with all the jerseys. There's that as decor and costuming in the
wow.
show. But this is our little throwback to the community.
Yeah.
cool.
Being able to use that is super, super cool.
And the crazy part is we haven't even touched the surface of how much stuff is here that we can use.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't have enough time, but there is.
Right.
So the cool thing is there's a bunker.
What the?
Bunker.
A bomb shelter, yeah.
A
my
bomb shelter,
gosh.
and that they used to do the drills, I guess, during the Cold Wars. Is that what, right?
I guess.
I think it was the Cold Wars, and
Yeah.
I guess I wasn't alive, or maybe
Right,
I was. I don't
right.
know. But they used to, like, there was like a thing where the schools would like, all right, the alarms go off, and you go down to the bomb shelter, or the
Wow.
like practice, I guess,
yeah.
for a real
Yeah.
emergency. There's cool stuff down there, and it's creepy. We did try to incorporate that inside the attraction.
Yeah.
So we tried to keep the attraction relevant to the school. Same
Right.
color schemes, same color palettes. The Panthers, as he said, we got the costumes from jerseys and stuff. So we're trying to keep the North Carroll Panthers like alive in the school. So we kind of rode that storyline as the school went on and tried to keep, so that way the locals, when they come here, they're like, this is our old school. Wow, these
Yeah.
are our colors.
That is
That's
cool.
It just makes
Very
it
cool.
that next step up in terms of connectivity.
So the cool thing about the school is, like I said, this is just a queue line, and then we'll enter the attractions. But we have a nice entrance point and nice exit point too, which I think is cool. Yeah. And we also
So you go in and out two different places.
yeah, so
Yeah.
it's a nice and controlled,
Gotcha.
and we also have bathrooms, which is really
Oh,
nice.
so awesome.
Indoor bathrooms
Oh,
are great.
Here's the great part:
Nice.
we don't have to clean it.
What?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah, because the facility is still working. So the janitor, I guess, like
There's a
the-
janitorial
yeah,
crew that does
They
it.
take
so.
care of
Nice.
it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a cool deal.
So
They even like
haunted
so I
house like a
have,
real
I have
janitor.
rocks in here, and most of the
Right.
time, the guests or the queue line actor will knock these over, and rocks will go everywhere.
Oh.
Next morning, it's already picked up. So I'm just like,
now we try to clean up.
oh well, yeah.
yeah.
It works out sometimes.
Every once in a while, I throw shit at walls, but no. I'm just kidding.
Oh my God.
As we go through it, as I was saying, one at Harrah's and Final Bells will be completely different attractions, and you can tell. I mean, at some parts, some of the attractions, like the way it's done, it's scarier than Harrah's, and it has like the deep rumbling of the bass from all his subwoofers, because he loves his subwoofers.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
And it's all
I love
because
Don't be
of
sorry.
Dear Columbus over
You
there.
can thank
Inspiration
Marco and Cameron and that whole crew. They
Yes.
started an obsession. So.
Yeah. But it's
Which
a,
is good. I like
It's a
it.
good obsession to have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very
Probably an expensive one. Yeah.
Very expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, this. I mean, he has. Final Bell has, like I said, it's a different vibe. So it's way different than Harrah's, which is cool. So if you do both, you get two different experiences, and you can do it all in one night. So
Heck yeah.
you can't beat that, right?
And you
Right.
guys said you have like combo passes and stuff between them? or-
Yeah. So we offer combo passes for both attractions, which include fast pass entry to both.
Oh, nice.
So they can either come here first and then go over to Harrah's, or they can go to Harrah's first and then come here. We did find that we have to limit the point in which we can sell them to, just because it is like a 12-minute drive, but just to make sure you get there, we do cut off the combo tickets at a certain time.
Right.
That's cool.
So just
smart.
play it safe.
Valid.
Obviously, what you are going to see is all Christmas-fied right now.
Yeah.
We are in December.
This is the start of the show.
Yeah.
This is my at-home
Yeah.
garland. So this is our pre-show room. Basically, it goes over rules, a small bit of backstory, and it's just synchronized lighting and sound. Eventually, I'd like to add more in here, maybe projection, maybe some fun moving lights some way, or some sort of like geyser. But for right now, it's just some basic pars and big speaker.
I see a big speaker.
Big Mackies.
Yes.
Staring at us up there.
So if you notice the color scheme too, the white, black, red, that is the whole color. So you'll see this throughout pretty much the whole attraction.
All right.
I love that because scare factor.
And that's the only reason we did it, because of scare factor.
Yeah. Very inspired. I painted all of it too.
Like, subscribe, comment. What else do YouTube?
Follow, share, share.
All
They have a
the
hype
stuff.
button now.
Yeah. Sponsor, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sponsor.
Super chat. Super chat.
Super chat. Yeah.
Super thanks.
But, yeah, so a little pre-show room. Obviously, again, I'm gonna expand on this with him. At some point in time, once we have more ideas, but right now how it works, small group comes in, I have a liaison essentially who comes here, button that starts it's right here, so that person will start it, kind of block the door, so they have to be in here for the actual show itself. Then once it's done, they'll scoot out of the way, and then the group starts the show.
Nice. Sometimes we wonder, are we supposed to go or not?
Exactly.
So I like that.
And then they were like, the person here was like, can I get a costume and makeup? I was like, maybe, but also some people might not take you seriously and might still try to scoot past you. So I was like, let's just keep you normal human, play it safe, and no issues. So.
Staff, yeah. School staff.
But and this is the official start of the show.
I like how the mop bucket though. Like a lot of your advertising was the janitor with the mop.
Yeah.
So like you walk in and as soon as you see that, you're like, that's what they were showing in their ads.
Right.
So a little backstory to the haunt. Obviously, the school closed in 2016, so we wanted to keep that relevant to like the storyline. So the idea is, the school is closed, but the school's been reopened with the lost souls and stuff, and people that got left in school. So that way, the characters are all kind of moderate, but also like ghoulish, and like they are demonized and everything. So it's fun. It keeps it relevant to the community and the story of the actual school.
Yeah.
Nobody can stay stuck in school for 10 years and not end up a little crazy.
Right.
And what do we say? School is
Class is eternal.
Class is eternal.
Class is eternal.
Yeah.
Class is eternal.
Yeah, but the janitor is not really the main icon. It just became like the most. We have 3 characters in our design. So we had the janitor, the English teacher, and the cafeteria lady.
Yep.
Everyone loved the janitor, so that's why we actually had Rib FX. Another plug. Rib, thank you, Mike. He made us a custom janitor off the actual design, so he's the guy out front. Yeah.
Nice.
I like this first hallway here. You can kind of look down and
So
see.
this is his genius idea. So basically, you actually weave in and out.
Okay.
But these were some of those lockers I was telling you guys about that we just ripped apart. So.
If you notice, a lot of my designs are very like this.
They're scattered.
It's like you get to see stuff, but you also walk back and forth and never see the scares. I don't know. It's cool.
A lot of things to look at.
This is the money shot, what I call
It
it.
is.
The money shot.
Yep. Expand the world and then shrink it down to a room. Then expand it and shrink it down. Yeah.
Sorry about the big fan.
Oh, that's okay.
That's how I get the haze across this whole
Yeah,
side.
I see it up there. Blowing the haze.
So that's from a claustrophobia wall. It's the only fan I had that could actually push
That's
the
why
haze.
it sounds familiar.
Okay. So do you plan to get more hazers in the future to cut down on the fan usage, or is that working good enough that you're going to keep doing
It
it?
actually works good enough, especially once all the audio's on. You can't hear it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I was gonna say with that bass, there's no way you'd hear that.
Oh, yeah.
So I was worried about that too, but it worked out.
There you go.
Maybe down the line I get a smaller fan to put there, and then another smaller fan to put in the middle to kind of split the difference. But for right now, that's what I had. Gets the job done.
I'm already noticing the sense here too.
Yeah. But this is our English classroom.
English.
English is scary.
My partner Bliss, also the costumer, is the teacher in here. Miss Chopsky is her name.
The students have written some weird notes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So Bliss in between groups has been writing more lore. So it's different every day, which is kind of fun. We keep adding more to the show. But they'll climb up on the seats and the desks, and for radio, it's a lot of fun.
Oh,
Heck
nice.
yeah.
So when we first started building this room and the rest of the show, he and I didn't want to put anybody in here. And then I was like, wait a minute. It's the first scene.
You gotta
We
have-
can't do that.
Yeah.
So then I talked to Bliss about it, and Bliss was like, yeah, I'll do it. So it just worked out.
You notice
You
the
get
fancy lights?
Oh yeah, more
He loves his
theater
DMX
lights.
and gobos.
Is that one a gobo?
There's a little gobo and then
Yep.
there's big gobo.
Oh,
Oh
gosh, yeah.
yeah.
Listen, I always say this. Matt is a fucking lighting wizard with this knowledge of all this stuff. I'm like, oh my god, it's so good. It's so good. When you see with the lights off, it's so good.
Him in physical shapes, dude. I can't do physical shapes.
Carlos has got Tetris on the line.
Right?
Yes, he does.
And then this is our supply closet. This was my first ever like scenic decor I've ever done.
No.
So this was a mixture of me figuring out and Amazon supporting with school supplies.
Okay.
So I just filled it up with a bunch of stuff. I think it turned out okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But
I like the layers.
I like that you got like some things on angles and just general disarray.
so I wanted
where
to
it's
try to
not like-
block some sight line, but also still give you glimpses. There's also, the controller's off right now, but I have lights on the inside of this. So when it's hazy, it's just flashing from the inside and it's casting shadows through the actual shelving.
Nice.
So,
Lighting wizard. Lighting wizard.
Yeah, I
Yep.
see. I even see some right here,
but
just with some of the overheads.
Uh-huh.
once we turn on sound later, you'll see all that.
We'll
That's
see.
one of my most fun little favorite little details. Actor trigger here. And then we have this guy, he's turned off right now. But this is a fun little double down, so
Oh,
trigger
wow.
happens, and then this guy swings down, kind of just yells at you, shakes his
Gotcha.
head.
He goes, get out of my school. That's what we should change it to. Get out of my school, you little punk.
Yeah.
Am I canceled?
You are you've been canceled.
Perfect.
But yeah, and then I also, in case it ever happens where I have excess staff, I kept this kind of open so I could throw somebody in here.
Oh yeah.
It hasn't happened yet, but
pop out one more
I'm very
time.
eagerly waiting for that day.
That would be a good spot.
Oh, they can get
They
you
can
on
get
both
'em-
sides
yep.
in there.
Right?
Yeah.
And then this is
That's cool.
science, or you call it biology.
The lab.
It looks
What do you see?
It looks like there's. Oh, I see some diseases right there.
Yep. Yep.
I think that's COVID-19.
Oh,
Oh, yep.
this,
My
this,
key.
this is the cure.
Try licking it, see if that's what it is.
Oh my god.
So this is one of my favorite little scenes. There's always two actors in here. So we have the teacher themselves. Sometimes it is a student, depending on who I have that day working on this side. Audience is walking through here. They go through back here, which is like the storage closet of the biology class. And then there's a double trigger back here. So
Double trigger.
an actor can get in the supply area as well as right here. So when the
gotcha.
customers walk through this entrance, this actor draws them in, and then that pop actor gets them
So
right from
those
the 45.
distractions coming into play again.
So-
Yep. Yep.
It's all. And it goes back to the three types of scares: the acting scare, the pop scare, and then obviously the behind the scenes, which there's none in here. But those two scares, I mean, I think that's what most haunts are. It's like those two scares. Distract them. Hey, look at me! Look at me! Brr, brr, monster!
Boo.
Yep.
rawr. Yeah.
Please, actors, don't say that. Please.
Right?
Yeah, please don't actually
Get
say
out.
that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
my God.
don't
You
say that
shouldn't
one
be
either.
here. But no, this is one of my favorite scenes. And again, it's always two.
Always two.
Always two.
two.
That's
By
the
design.
magic. And it's our little
Ooh, those are some fat rats.
supply closet thing.
They're eating good.
And then all these triggers for this whole biology area are all DMX.
Okay.
So it's full scene lighting, not just a couple little spots or washes that go off. It's the full
Lighting
scene.
wizard, a lighting
So-
wizard.
I know, I'm like, I want to see, when we come back through, I can't wait to see it. He's going to trigger
Right.
it now.
Oh, he's gonna hit it.
This side's only two lights, but
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
And then that, oh my
this
god.
side's a little more dramatic.
Look at how that's creepy, how it just casts the orange on the wall.
So what's like the?
Oh, okay.
There's the. Other
Yes.
One. Yeah.
Spooky, spooky.
Spooky, spooky. So describe DMX to me. Like, how does that
So-
differ from just normal scene lighting?
So DMX is the standard lighting protocol for basically controlling a specialized lighting fixture. So these lights up here have multiple parameters to them. So they change color, I could strobe them, dim them. So DMX is the protocol that allows me to control that.
Okay.
So basically I just have to use a controller that has DMX capabilities and then sit down and program it.
Programmable lighting. I guess. Okay.
Essentially.
Gotcha.
But that's all like concert lighting, anything you see in a theater, movie, like filmmaking uses a lot of DMX lighting now,
Okay.
which is really cool.
Helps keep your timing right and all those sorts of things.
That and like for me, for a haunt perspective, with all the off-season events, instead of going to each light and changing it manually or re-gelling it manually, I could sit down with my computer, program it that one time, then I have the file ready to go for the next event or the next season.
Gotcha.
Which is so convenient. So this whole first third of the attraction, almost all the lighting is all DMX. So I learned the hard way. So that's why I'm doing it this way.
It's a little faster than going around with the little gels and changing each.
Yeah, I mean, I love gel. I still am a gel guy at heart.
Mm-hmm.
But like just having that quick changeover is so awesome.
Gotcha. Yep.
So obviously I gave it a pretty decent backbone this year to start off with, but I'm excited to add more.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
So
6 weeks. 6 weeks.
Yeah, about
all of this in 6 weeks.
Well,
yeah.
lighting was less because
right.
we had to get all new power in here, and then we somehow went to Orlando.
Horror Nights.
Yeah, super rad.
Told you.
Yeah.
But by the time we got to Orlando, or had to go to Orlando, was when the electricians came in to start. So I put up a couple lights here and there, not plugged in, just hanging, where I knew it wasn't going to be in the way of that process. But then when we got back,
I think it was like September 9th when electric was done and he was able to start.
so I had from like the 9th or 10th through, everything had to be pretty much rough drafted by the 26th. Like done for
Wow.
orientation and dress rehearsal.
Yeah.
No sleep.
I highly suggest do not start a haunt in 2 months. That's too much work.
If it had been up to me, I'd have been like 6 weeks. No, we're doing it next year. Like I would have just pushed.
There were many points where I was just like, before we even decided to do this, I was like, we should just wait till next year. This is going to be too much.
Yeah.
It's going to be too much.
YOLO.
Wait, listen. Yeah.
But if it pops off and we do okay, I'm buying us a hot tub.
Yep.
That's the goal.
I'll trade my hot tub for more giants.
No.
Oh my God.
No, it's a shareable hot tub.
Oh,
Can a giant fit in it?
Shareable.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
there's the other end of the hallway.
I really like
Yeah,
that.
so that's the end of the money shot right there.
Yeah.
But,
So this room, we wanted to pay tribute. This school actually had a smoking area back in the day. So we wanted to pay tribute and make like a smoking area in the haunt. But it's kind of also become like the teacher's lounge break room. I'd love to get like a coffee machine to make it more believable, but
Yeah.
it's a fun little room.
This school was way cooler than mine. Bunker, smoke room, holy shoot.
He's having a bad day.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, we got pictures on.
boy!
He's gonna go off again, but this is our music
Scare
room.
Factory.
Real piano.
Real piano. But I found this in my attic too with Christmas stuff, so that's here. I need to go through my old
Nice.
drum stuff and see if I can find some drum, like snare drums or something to throw in here.
Stack them up and yeah.
Yeah, but it's a fun little music room.
There he goes.
At some point, I'm going to reprogram this audio to scream about sight reading.
Sight reading?
Like sight reading music, because I hate sight reading. So at some point, I'm going to reprogram them and like record myself screaming, "Not the sight reading, not the sight reading."
Okay.
I don't know. I think it would tie
Musicians
in
will
better.
understand that.
Yeah,
Owners are probably like, what?
exactly.
What?
This is technically the first school hallway of the show.
Okay.
So outside the pre-show, this is your first time really going through and seeing the school colors. We have a fun little trigger here. This is just your basic 12-volt trigger. Right now for Christmas, this one's Buddy the Elf screaming Santa, which is really fun.
Santa!
Yeah.
Maybe a library type of.
Yeah, it's our library.
study?
We this is on the to-do list. I need books. We need to make books, but we have a library creature played by Craven, and he just rocks it. But he'll fling his body out of this. That's why there's the pool
Oh
noodles.
my God.
And he's had to replace them multiple times. He'll literally run. It's almost like he's trying to do some
nice.
Cirque du Soleil stuff.
Yeah.
Nice.
And there's one night, closing down the show, I went to say bye to him. I saw this big bruise on his face. So he came face first with
Oh no.
one of these one night.
Oh no.
But he's a champ. He loves this spot, and he's always getting people. So he does the 2 windows, and he also has a trigger.
Nice.
That guy has.
So,
I love that. See, I wouldn't expect that one at all. There's just no way.
Other little hallway. This is original to the school,
Oh.
so I just threw that up. So we have a little. There that goes.
Going into the nurse's station.
A little nurse's station. It's a little too. It's pretty hospital-y,
Yeah.
but it gets the job done.
Ooh.
You get some authentic equipment there, it looks like.
Yeah, this stuff is incredibly heavy.
So bad.
Oh my
As soon as I put it here, I was like, "That's it. It's staying."
It's never moving ever again. Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's cool.
that chair's brutal. This is brutal,
It's all probably heavy cast iron. Yeah.
but it looks cool. I'm happy we have it.
So, fun fact is, before I even agreed to do this, everything kind of lined up, right? I didn't want to do it, and then I was like, all right, Steve, for 13 times, I was like, you gotta do it, you gotta do it. And I was like, no, shut the fuck up, leave me alone, I don't want to do it. But then this haunt went for sale in New York.
Oh.
And that's where, and once, and when I worked with them, they gave me a good price, and I was like, all right, I'm only gonna do it if we're gonna buy this and bring it down here. We had to repaint all the walls, do everything, all that stuff. It gave us a good head start. But those fuckers, all this metal stuff, trying to load this to the truck,
Oh man.
I think it was 4 of us lifting that up, putting it up on the truck
Oh,
because it's so heavy,
oh my
and then
gosh,
taking it
yes.
down. I remember I was like, when I was coming down, I'm not doing that one. I walked away.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was like, I'm not, that thing, that's gonna kill someone.
So this is our serving station for the cafeteria. Definitely excited to have some time in here in the off season this year and really divulge on some fun things. I want to definitely get like one of those pot and pan shaker things.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Something simple.
Oh, that's
But-
We got
nice
some
and fresh.
slimy stuff going on. I think it's
Ooh.
starting.
Shout out Dusk. Matt from Dusk is the man. I love Matt. And I love
That's
Dusk.
gnarly. Ooh, ooh. I wasn't expecting that to be
That's
gooey.
right. That's right.
It's gooey.
Well, that's
The
your
things I
old fake
touch.
bread.
Yeah.
He gave me a bunch of old fake bread.
From the bakery, I bought so much, so much bread and fruits, and to the point where I was like, I have so much of this, and luckily we did this. I was like, let's go on the final bell.
Yep.
The things haunters have. Like,
He's a lot heavier than I thought he was going to be.
He's a
Right?
monster.
So he was fun to put in the car and bring here.
Oh, man.
is that a ghost ride?
Yeah, it's an old Ghost Ride. But still, decent shape.
It looks great.
But this is the actual sitting area of the cafeteria. The actor I had in here during the season, Ash, absolutely just destroyed the scene. It was amazing. They would just jump off the table onto the floor,
Oh my gosh.
run across the room. It was so cool.
Oh yeah.
So it's a fun scene. But this scene, I from a lighting perspective, this is the only like chill scene in the whole show, because Ash, who I've had in here, is light sensitive
Okay.
in terms of
Okay.
strobes and flashing. So this is the one scene where I kept it nice and chill. But this is kind of like the final school hallway. This is going into detention.
Uh-oh.
We have another trigger here. This is actually a dual pocket, so they get the first hallway and here.
Okay.
Scaring forward a little bit, yeah.
Yes, we have big lady here. She's very vicious.
She comes out and
Loud.
says hi.
Yeah. She's so big, we had to make this whole corridor for her. But yeah, so this is detention.
Oh, she's got the ruler cracked out. Yeah. Oh, look at them glowing
Oh,
white
that's
eyes.
creepy.
Yeah, I didn't know her
man.
eyes glowed until I got her in the building. I was like, oh, fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and
Anthony.
that's the first, yeah,
Original
shout out
Sin.
to Original Sin. But this is the first thing you see when you hit that corner there.
Coming down the hallway.
Yeah,
there,
that's
Sick.
freaking
And
creepy.
She's backlit
was
too, so
looking at
you
that,
see her
yeah.
silhouette and form and her glowing eyes.
Oh man.
So our take on detention is a blackout maze.
Let's see, you got a little pop scare at you.
Yeah, so that's a trigger. That one's actually really important because that blinds you going into the dark maze. Got to do that. But this really happened out of time, resources, but also since we're not a big show, it really helps with flow. So it really slows everybody down, and
Okay.
it really does a good job at that.
Very nice.
Oh, yeah, they're feeling for the walls, running into the walls, going backwards.
So right now we definitely are utilizing it, and it does help. I tried to make it as intense as possible. I wanted to pay tribute to our friends at Reapers, so it has one massive subwoofer in here, and literally as soon as you hit that curtain, you can feel it in your face. As you get deeper in, it gets worse and worse and worse.
Oh man.
Then we have these guys. Somebody got really mad
Oh gosh.
and decided that it was a person and ended up
What
not
an
being.
idiot.
No.
But
Wow.
it's a simple thing. I love it. When I first saw these in the pile, I was like, what the hell are we going to do with these?
Yeah. Everyone, especially when I wanted to take it, everyone was like, why? I'm like, it's going to be funny. It's going to be funny.
Yeah.
But in here, it's perfect.
Yeah.
I guess they were made for this specifically. I don't know.
Wow. So like you're in the dark and you're like,
Feeling around. Well,
Yeah.
you can tell that like they're just kind of clammy and like.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
Maybe I should start going through with like sanitizer, so it's like kind of slick.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, that would be.
Uh-huh.
That's what they
Lube 'em
needed
up
the
a little
lube
bit.
for, was to put it on the hands.
That makes sense.
You have to watch the other video to see what we're talking about.
Yeah.
They were doing that at Penhurst. They would mix lube and hand sanitizer. One of the Q line actors.
That's gross. So gross.
And then they would like just squirt it in your hand. It's like, it's not full sanitizer.
Right.
So it was a good gag, but it was definitely nasty. But it gets a little wide here. People really slow down here.
Because they're waiting.
They're trying
waiting
to, they can't feel both sides,
Yeah.
so
their
they.
nose into a wall. Yeah.
And then I've worked other haunts in the past with dark mazes where the actor was just kind of like on their own and out in the open. But I worked with him and the other build crew, and I really wanted a safe spot for when I have an actor in here. So this is a trigger spot, but they have their own like little latching door,
Okay.
so they're not getting all grabbed and whatnot the whole night.
They have a way
Right.
to get out and be out of the line of fire.
If there's that, and if there's an emergency or something, or someone's trying to do something bad, they could just back into the corner.
Well, because that's something you don't think about in the
Radio.
blackout. Everybody's got
Everybody's
their hands
got
out in
touch,
front of them
yeah.
and
Yeah.
feeling everything
Yep.
and everyone, and whether it's
And I
intentional
didn't
or
want to
not.
put anybody
Yeah.
in that position because I've seen it happen, and I just didn't feel comfortable.
Give them a way to get out and away from it. Yeah.
I just
And
like
I
knowing.
see there's another little Easter egg from the other video. It's kind of hard to tell from the video. It's elevated
Yep. All,
Yeah.
inside of there.
I love
So-
it. Yeah, I think if you're gonna do a dark maze, and this goes to every haunter, I think you should always elevate your actors just because it's already dark. They're already scared. If you come like this, yes, it's scary. But if you come like this,
Yeah.
you're dropping.
Yeah.
You're really not
dropping.
expecting that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then with this one, the light is only backlight, so you don't even see their face. So you only see silhouette.
Oh, man.
Gotcha.
It's brutal.
Nice.
This is my baby. This is the big cheese.
Wow.
So what size subwoofer is
This is
that?
a QSC 18,
18 inch.
3600 watt subwoofer. I think right now it's at half volume. I still have headroom on it,
Wow.
which is crazy.
I'm waiting to see what that's like.
You ever have people like just get here and just stop right in front of
I'm sure they slowed down here. This is the most intense spot.
Wow.
For sure, because I also have the main audio up there. But yeah, that thing, recommend QSC. If you can afford an RCF, get an RCF. But they're
What do you mind sharing what a subwoofer like that costs?
brand new. If you were to buy this, they just went up, unfortunately. They are $2,500 brand new now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I used to work at a really rad buy-sell trade music store, so I buy all my stuff used.
Yeah.
So I got two for a really, really good deal. So I always recommend looking for stuff like this used. Like a lot of my lighting too, the fancier lighting, I'll start on eBay first before I buy new. I usually have some pretty good luck. But I always tell people to look for used, and I always try to send them to that local store that I used to work at.
Heck yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah, if you
And
take
there was some insights that we had over in the other video too. There's some psychology behind subwoofers and their effects on scares.
It's the sound of the scare. That's what scares people the most. Like I said, I truly believe in sound and lighting is what scares people. It's like in the movies. It's and you drop.
bass drop and that low droning sound.
Like I said, I'm terrified of everything, so if I'm telling you it scares me, it's gonna scare most of the people.
There was parts when we were doing the haunt earlier and it was like bright in there and I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to keep walking because something would be growling at me or something would just be slowly ramping up and I'm like, ooh.
You just know it's coming.
Yeah.
You know it's coming.
The funny part is when you keep that and it never heightens, and then it's like, and when is it gonna go? People scare themselves, you know. And that's why, I mean, all right, haunters obviously we all hate dark mazes. So I was talking about this in the last video. I have the most beautiful sets. It doesn't matter. Dark maze is still the favorite, but people will scare themselves. I mean, like if you just put them in the dark, who's not scared of the fucking dark?
Exactly.
Their minds do half the work.
Yeah. And there you go. So you just gotta be smart. I mean, dark mazes are great for haunted houses, for as far as the scare factor. And then if you elevate it with the sounds, you won. Now,
I always say the more senses you can take away from somebody or mess with.
And then
I'll tolerate them for a period of time. I'll admit they're not my favorite either.
Yeah.
But I think you can do blackout. Obviously, like you've got places like where you guys are time limited and you needed to fill in some square footage. But under ideal circumstances, quote unquote, you would be able to, even though it's completely dark and pitch black, whenever you do get a light or a strobe or something like that, you want to have something to look at still. But
Yeah. I'd love to throw like an animatronic or two in here for next season, just to kind of give it more energy, have you experience something else while you're in here.
Well, and like the wall behind you, the textures, when you feel that
yeah.
dark, that really messes with your head.
Yeah.
Especially if they change and get like furry and.
But also going back to that question with the psychology of it, the first half or the first third of the school that we just walked through is intentionally lit bright for that reason, so that once you hit the dark maze, the dark hits even harder. So there's a method to the madness.
Oh yes.
I do also just generally like bright for a haunt, but in this case, I did that with this in mind because I knew we were gonna have this. Yeah, the texture's cool. If you ever have the chance, go to Reapers. Their blackout maze is the most ridiculous blackout maze I think that exists.
We haven't seen
Okay.
this
No, we
yet,
have
but
not.
It's full of subwoofers like that.
Oh, wow.
The whole thing.
Wow.
There's multiple, and you have to walk like right next to them. They also have specific walls with like waterfalls on them, so you'll touch a wall and it's just wet.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's wild.
no.
So it's a wild experience. It's definitely, again, I'm not a huge fan of these, but that's the best one I've ever experienced.
Okay.
So if you ever have the chance, check out Reapers.
We're looking at you, Reapers.
These are my favorite. It's my favorite set to high five
Oh, you got
every time.
it's more of the hands.
If you got them on both sides in one corner,
Like a
oh
car
my
wash?
god.
Yeah.
Wait, that could be a thing. Why don't we get one of the spinny things from a car wash?
and it just
Steam just whips right in your face.
Erebus's finale's got the big spinny things. That's cool.
The meat grinder.
Really?
Oh my
Got the
god,
meat
they do
grinder
have a
finale.
spinning meat grinder and you have to push them open
Oh,
and go
that's
through the
cool.
middle.
Force yourself
Really?
into the
Yes.
meat grinder.
If you had to do something like that in the dark and it just every now and then you eliminated just a little bit of light for
Yeah.
them to see what was coming, that would be freaking cool.
Get that strobe where you don't know how
Yeah.
fast it's moving. And
Dude, I'm hype on
we're
that.
planting
That's
some seeds
really
here.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we gotta make it out to Erebus.
Yeah, we do.
Oh my
There's
god.
so many haunts I want to see.
Yeah, I
So
know,
Erebus
it's
is one
so
of them.
hard for you guys.
Let's just retire. Let's just call it quits.
I'm ready. All right, bye.
Let's go. Bye guys, we're going to Erebus.
Who wants this haunt? What's up for grabs? Take it. Hey, just email me at harrisnightmare at gmail.com.
And CC me, please.
It's
Yep.
everything's for sale.
All of it.
Except for
Going
the
to
Gi-
Erebus. We'll see you in Michigan.
Except for the Giants, they go with me.
The Giants gotta stay.
That's home decor. Heads up, air blast.
Okay.
This one's
You could just
brutal.
let it scare me. Okay, see?
Yep. Again.
He warned you too.
Yep.
It doesn't matter.
No.
There might be more.
They're fine.
Okay.
Might be more.
The light too?
So all my air,
Wow.
sorry,
Even with the house lights on, it's like shh.
all my air blasts I always put a light with.
That's
That's
good
a
idea.
really good idea.
Just-
Stick to
Especially in the
multiple
blackout,
senses.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't. That's something I started doing at Laura. I was like, I like this. I'm gonna keep doing this.
Well, that's
Yeah.
three senses at once. That's
Yep.
visual, audio, and touch.
Yeah.
With the air blast. So you got another pop out right there.
More fun
So
walls.
now we are underneath the school.
Gotcha.
Okay.
We've descended into the catacombs.
Yes. So basically, the idea again, you're in the catacombs. The spirits down here are the spirits that keep the entities in the school above you.
Oh.
Is the idea.
Okay.
With some, obviously, we got a snowman, we got Christmas lights.
You gotta have snowman.
It's very important.
Because the final bell turns into a family-friendly walkthrough. No, just kidding.
Oh yeah.
Especially with those air blasters. Kids love them.
They'd be like flying off the
Oh
floor.
my god.
This is one of my favorite animatronics we have. I've always wanted one of these like wall popper things.
He's more of a sideways
Yeah.
router.
I wish this was slightly tighter. It's,
So you
I
would
mean,
have to get-
it's fine the way it is, but for me, I was like, if we can make it slightly tighter so you're a little closer,
Oh yeah.
I don't know, make it scary.
Well, and you might be like kind of favoring this side anyway because you're not sure what's around there.
Yeah,
There he is
yeah.
right there. Mm-hmm.
But I love him. He's simple, but he's fun.
That one's having a hell of a hair day.
He's doing today's ab day.
Yeah, it reminds me of Jack Nicholson in what's that movie about the bad attitude? Oh, with Adam Sandler.
Ooh, I don't know.
Anger management?
Yes,
Yeah.
when he's using the electric thing. That's what his hair looks like.
Get the little wafty hair going.
So we're like in the center catacomb zone. There is a big actor trigger here, so the actor can come out to here. They can also retract and come and get you again through this coffin, which I think is super fun.
Oh, through the coffin?
Yeah. So they can look like they're resetting, but they can just go in here and wait,
Nice.
which is cool.
Nice.
This trigger also has a big subwoofer too, so this whole room rattles.
I like that too because we were talking, I think, at Hell's Gate about a little bit of that stuff, and that's where you're kind of giving the actors, similar to what you were talking about in the blackout, where you're giving them an escape route.
Yeah,
You're not
yeah.
forcing them to stay out in the room and be
That, and it's
subjected
just
to-
another option for them.
Yes.
So I encourage people to try different things. It's obviously there's a want and desire to have fun, but I always tell everyone if something doesn't work, don't freak out about it. Keep trying different things. So I love giving everyone different options when I can.
Makes
So.
the room a lot more flexible and keeps the actor from getting stuck in a rut.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be stuck behind like the same drop panel all day or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoever's in here also has this. This is another trigger window. It's kind of tight, so they can really only pop like their head out.
Oh,
But
yeah, and it's
it's
not-
a fun little double down.
Nice.
What did you guys spray on the vacuum form?
Synergy.
Is that more
Okay,
synergy?
synergy.
Okay.
Synergy. Like I
Alright.
said, I think it's at this point the haunt world's go-to.
Yeah.
But it's nice texture, feels good.
See, I've bumped up against it a couple times. It's pretty.
It does,
feels
no,
legit.
it will fucking cut you too. Like if you rub your hand on it too hard. I mean, I've cuts all over my body from it, 'cause especially sometimes I'll be carrying something in a tight space. I'm like,
Yeah.
I gotta watch it.
but during
Yup.
for people, it creates that realism. So when you touch it, it's like, is this real? Like, is this real stones? Where am I?
Yeah.
People like to touch things, even though don't touch my shit. I'm just kidding.
Right?
And I
They do
also,
though.
full disclosure, I didn't know what synergy was until we did this. I was like, I
Okay,
trust
so-
you. I don't know what it is, but
We've heard that name floating around just
Yeah.
doing some of our behind the scenes and stuff. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
so when they did spray and I saw it, I was like, oh, okay, cool, yeah.
Well,
now I get it.
And there's actually, so Synergy is like the main one that everyone knows about, but there's other like companies that have the same product. There's Drive It. I think there's one called Stow, and it really depends on which state you're in. There's products like it, but also another cheap way of doing this: paint and sawdust, dude. It's
Paint
Okay.
sawdust.
that makes sense.
Okay,
Yeah.
spraying it. Yeah. Is this mummy work or spider work?
spider work. You'll see in a second. You're gonna love it.
No!
Oh, there's another big light over there.
That's a huge light. Oh my
Oh yeah,
God.
so that one so that's a light that will accept the gobos, the texture.
Oh yeah.
But this was me being really picky. I wanted to only light just the ramp because these lights have framing shutters. So I can go from a circular beam and make a triangle, rectangle, square. So I put that light there just so I could cut this out
Gotcha.
because I didn't want to spread out too much light because I don't want you to see black wall.
Well, yeah, you focus the attention really.
And then, I mean, I have a
but-
little bit on this one handrail, so you know, but you can
So you know
grab the
it's there.
handrail.
Yeah.
But that was just my quick way of just trying to control what we see, and also for safety because you're going up.
That's just fascinating that you have that granular of control of the light, though.
Yeah.
That one
Right.
fixture, and you've said the name Gobo a couple times, and I know we've talked about it before. But for the folks that may not have heard of it before, what is a Gobo?
So gobo, it's a fun term, but basically it's a metal template that you can put inside a light like that or a smaller light like this. And basically what it does, it's a pattern, and they make so many patterns that you can choose from. So you can get like organic textures, you can get more industrial like rectilinear textures.
Almost like a stencil.
Essentially.
Gotcha.
But they're made out of really thin metal. You can also get custom ones in glass with color. It's crazy. There's
wow.
so many
Wow.
things that exist in that realm. But basically, it allows me to create texture on the fly. All these lights have a focusable lens, so I can do like a hard-edged look. If I wanted, like you'll see later, like in the boiler room, I have grates, like light coming through grates, so I don't actually have the grates.
Oh, cool.
It's the gobo inside the light doing that.
Wow.
So I can make it really sharp and hard edged, or I can throw the focus out a little bit and make it soft and make it look like sunlight's coming through tree branches and it's just breaking up on the ground.
Okay.
That's really cool.
That's fascinating.
It's fancy, but to me, again, I went to school for theater, so for me, applying those methods and techniques in a haunt is just so exciting and so fun.
Absolutely.
They're just big paintbrushes. Unfortunately, they are expensive, but for me, to me the only way I can elevate a show. And there are a couple companies that make like 3D printed versions of these gobos for 12 volt lighting.
Oh wow.
And they look really great. Obviously, they're all going to be soft edged. They're not going to like, you can't focus them because there's no lens, but they still look really cool. So there's definitely more cost-effective options that are out there.
So we got the ramp, we're coming over.
Got the ramp, we got this guy.
It looks like a geyser. Somebody's hitting the button.
Yep.
We got blasted.
Got blasted.
That's definitely, I'm proud of that thing. That's definitely one of the better vibrating contraptions.
It works pretty good.
I think it was a pain to carry.
No, I can imagine.
Yeah.
It's a good thing it came apart in like 4 pieces. Otherwise, I don't know how we would have loaded it in the truck.
Is that air or electric?
That's all air.
Gotcha.
But that has no regulator, so that's getting full 110 psi
Wow.
from the compressor, which is awesome. The first day I plugged it in and had it ready to go, it blew the airline out of the solenoid.
crap.
I was like, whoa, here we go. And then I made him walk across it and he hated it.
Because I said I'm a fucking baby with this stuff. I don't like getting
He
scared.
doesn't like getting scared.
I don't like getting scared.
Oh no. What is in there? Oh!
The eggs.
That's terrible. No!
Oh wow.
Fix
Oh,
it.
comes
that
down
one goes
and out.
down.
Wow.
Yeah, it goes
We
down
should
and
stand
out.
here and watch it go off.
No, we
again.
shouldn't. I can't stand them.
You like the little spider eggs?
No.
No?
Hell no.
There's a spider right behind you.
There you go. There you go.
That is gross. Oh!
Wow.
It's
Got his little leg reaching out after you there. Huh?
I've never seen
violent,
that
too.
one before.
That's a poison props. So is this one, but he's off.
Oh, that's
what does that one do?
That's on a scissor, so it doesn't do anything else, but it does come to here.
Oh, nice.
So which is why we had to put this here so you don't walk into it.
Oh.
Don't. Ah! Damn it, Carl!
Got him!
Got him.
Where's Ashton Kutcher?
Ashton, come out!
This week on Pumped. But yeah, this is like you're working your way back up to the surface, so it's getting a little more earthy, getting more a little woodsy, because now we're aiming our way back to the school.
So you're actually walking through the forest to get to the cabin of the janitor.
Oh,
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so all that happens. There's an active trigger here, which is fun.
As we saw, so gracefully executed by Carlos up there.
Gracefully.
This is
My goodness.
Oh, that's
this is
some
my
beast
little
crap.
gauntlet
Doing a little
zone.
jig.
That's one of my favorites. I love Beastcraft.
Love
Yeah,
beast
we do
crap. Oh, this
too.
guy too.
And this is Ralph. That's my boy Ralph. He's a good boy.
He's a good boy.
Always got a lot to say. So
Ralph and Rudolph.
we're working our way to the janitor shack now, but this is a fun little spot.
Well, yeah, it's all hanging down through the center of the hallway there.
So what's been happening, the person I have here, Janice, she's amazing. She'll either stand behind the light back there, so you can't see her, and then once you're here, she'll rush the window.
Oh, wow.
Or,
Oh, because of the haze in the air.
yeah, it's sick.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
she'll stand there and be in the light and be silhouetted, and by the time you're here, she'll dip.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's
Where'd
that
she go?
intrigue, like where'd she go? I don't know. We just had this big space back here, and I had this available, so I was like, "Can we use it? Can we cut a window out, please?" And
Yeah.
Bill was really cool and did it for us. So.
I love it when you come around the corner and you face the scare like that.
Yeah. So it's just a fun little interesting spot. So.
I saw the lights flash with the air cannon.
Yeah, a little tease of the Christmas lights. So this is Janitor Shack. Here's another example of a gobo. So this is like,
Oh, I see the
I
sides
guess
now.
it's like
There's the
almost
light.
tree bark is what you would call this, but If you look at the line, it's sharp. So that's a good example of like a hard-edged gobo.
Gotcha.
So I went for like more of a moonlight sort of look with this one. So
Kind of down through the roof of the cabin there a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's making the illusion of something else is there. That's why I love light like that. So
Look at that chainsaw. Woo!
That's an oldie.
yeah, I love this. This thing's so cool.
This is my great grandpa's. I'm just kidding. I was gonna go with some weird story, but I was like, I got nothing. I got
Weird
nothing.
story.
That was mine when I was growing up.
When I was your age,
Yeah, so Janitor Zone, the actor Daquan, that's usually in there. He's amazing. He'll do parkour in this whole scene. He'll like stand on these walls somehow.
Holy cow.
He'll also hide behind that hanging body and he'll like creep out.
Oh,
He
no.
blends perfect. He's like the
no.
right size for that. It's so cool. Watch your hat. The first time I
Lord
tested this,
almighty.
it blew off somebody's hat. It was
Oh, nice.
really fun.
Tyler's had his blown off a few times.
Yeah.
So we're calling this child development. We ended up having a lot of nursery stuff, so it definitely reads as that. But I'm thinking if we just get some of those flower bags and do like flower bag babies, that would help sell it more as child development.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So
That's
Creepy
creepy.
little scene.
Yeah, that's creepy.
this is
Sleeve.
this is the second haze zone.
Oh, gotcha.
So I thought before I had just 2 haze machines, one on that first side, one on this side. But this side had 2 fans going 2 different ways. I was hoping I could cover the L, essentially, with just one hazer. Didn't work out, so I had to get another hazer. So now there's haze for that way, and then now haze for this way.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Little things.
And it just helps keep the whole building a little foggy, right?
Yeah. Haze is nice because it's just thinner overall, so it catches a beam of light really well. So,
Nice.
That's why
And
it
then-
works in the swampy swamps.
right?
yes. Use hazers for swamps, not fog machines.
Use hazers everywhere, please.
Everywhere.
Haze is good. So this is one we're gonna definitely add more to. This is supposed to be like the newsroom.
Interesting.
So I want to
Yeah.
put up some TVs and do like a live broadcasting area where they're doing school announcements.
Okay. What is
All
that,
the-
film?
All the film
Yeah, this is
strips
real
up
film.
there, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I also want to light through this somehow.
Oh,
But now
yeah.
that it's up, I can't get above it.
Right.
So, but it looks cool. I'll
It
figure out
does look
something.
cool.
Well, look right over here. We're seeing some patterns on the wall over there.
Yep.
Oh yeah, so that's
Kinda-
one of the big guys.
Gotcha.
So I had a texture that it's called chalk block. I don't know how to describe it, but it's mostly just little squares and rectangles, and it just fit the vibe of
Kind
this. And
of
now
gives
that,
off the film strip look. Yeah.
yeah, so I just kind of threw that in here real quick. Everything lighting wise is broad, large brush strokes. As the off season goes on, I'm going to have time to do some of like the pin lighting to just do the little details. But mostly what you'll see later with the work lights off is just big, broad brush strokes. 'Cause
Gotcha. All right. Yeah.
that's what we could do. It still looks cool.
Absolutely.
It's definitely good backbone. So this is our boiler room.
Oh, the boiler room.
So when you walk in here, the boiler actually explodes. It's turned off right now.
Oh.
I'll turn it on later, but as soon as you walk by it, lighting
Owie.
and fog
Nice.
comes out from inside, and then big subwoofer shakes the whole room.
Oh yeah. Holy crap.
Matt
yeah.
loves the subwoofers.
I think we all love some.
And then this is
Giant
another
subwoofers, giant monsters.
fun example. So this is that
yeah.
that great
Oh, on the
pattern. You'll see
floor.
it better later.
Yeah.
So great pattern here, and then there's a weird like up there in that corner. There's truss work. So that's
work.
very like it's just like
Got the
interwoven
triangles.
interwoven rectangles.
Oh my.
She looks like she's had better days.
She's fine. She's
I
fine.
don't
she's-
want to know
She's fine.
what's going on there. It's
She's
fine.
just relaxing.
Christmas vacation, and then this is our tribute to the school's bomb shelter.
Okay.
Ooh.
So
Alright.
the color was like this color. That's why we tried to mimic it.
Okay.
All right.
This actually came from. So they
Yeah.
have a bunch of these. And we were allowed to take a few, but that's actually from like that. They had that and filled with shit and everything for it. down there.
Survival supplies,
Yeah.
Office of Civil Defense. Wow.
That is really cool.
Drinking water. Okay. Oh no. Oh my.
Zombie horde.
Oh,
Zombie
zombie
horde.
This isn't a trigger yet, but it is a pop,
Okay.
double pop. So they get here, and they also get a window on this side. This is our electrical room.
Electrical room.
help me! Hey, get me out of the school!
Getting zapped by the Christmas lights.
The gentleman I have in here, Dan, he's crazy. He'll hang off of stuff. He'll jump over the barrels. It's
Oh gosh.
insane. Literally insane.
Oh my. Look at his fingers.
They call that the laser swamp creature, but he works great. He's just big.
Yeah.
And he's also, once the weight of the mech is fully out, it's very heavy. So we've been...
It blew out of the ground.
Oh my
What,
god.
3 times?
3
And I had to
times.
keep coming back over, and even Matt's like, oh, it came off the ground to the point where eventually I was like, all right, we have to build a frame for it, secure it to the walls,
Oh, gosh.
and then bolt it to the ground so that way this fucker can't keep flying out.
So
Yeah.
we think that the concrete, at least in this part, is a little softer than the rest of the attraction.
Not all
So,
the anchors very well.
but we, I think, have solved it. It's been working pretty good.
Like I said, safety is very important to me, so everything, all the walls bolted to the ground.
Yeah.
Barrels bolted to the ground, everything's welded together. It's just, everyone should do that. Just it makes sense.
But this is where Dan will hang. He'll literally,
Whoa.
he'll hide right here.
There's freaking.
Yeah, so we had to put these up for him. So he'll jump, hang off of these, kind of rock back and forth, and then he'll jump in this corner and be like little mutant freak.
And he's what, like 50 years old?
He's over 50.
Wow.
Military vet, amazing guy. Amazing
They're
guy.
crazy.
Yeah, but literally insane.
Is this more of the gobos here, or is that?
Yeah, so
Sorry.
there's 2. So there was one at the entrance, but I have one at the far back end here pointing this way. So that's also doing the great texture here. Eventually I want to add something else from like up here coming down this way that's more industrial looking. Just because this is a kind of a dark little zone.
Yeah.
But eventually. This is our, calling this the junk room. This is Greg.
Hi, Greg.
He's like, hey guys!
What's up, guys?
Thank you for being here! Scare Factor, guys, bye!
No, I love Greg. I bought Greg at Transworld this year.
Nice.
So that was a fun haul. This is more of the tribute to the original school.
Yeah.
These are all the jerseys. During the season, I'll spray Slaughterhouse on them because it's the most sweat-ish thing we have.
And then we have High School Musical. You gotta get your head in the game.
Oh gosh.
But this is our gym.
A gym. I don't think I've ever seen a gym in a haunted house.
Nope. Not a basketball
And it's
court
big.
either.
Yeah.
And then
Nice, yeah.
I got really lucky. So our property manager has a laser engraver, and he can engrave glass.
Oh.
So he made me a custom gobo of a gym court with the original NC for North Carroll.
That's really cool.
Obviously, you'll see it better in the dark, but
Yeah.
the reason why I wanted to go with light is because if we went with paint, we would have to repaint it every other
Right.
weekend.
Because the high traffic and yeah.
Just my issue is sometimes the actors in here, because I always usually try to have 2 basketball players in here, so they just berate you. They will actually try to take shots, which I keep telling them not to, because that's just for show.
You got lights and stuff up here. It's like, please
But
don't. Yeah.
for whatever reason, it'll bounce off this, or they'll throw it too high and it hits the light.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
So
Actors, gotta love them.
I love them, but it's the energy sometimes. It's like, oh no.
Follow directions, please.
Dial back, dial back. Like, this is a great example of this. So these were fresh lockers.
Oh my god. Whoa.
This
were
is,
fresh.
Yeah, so this technically is
word.
the locker room. Great scare. This gentleman I had in here, Trey, he would charge out at you. It was perfect. But then it got to the point where he just started rocking and hitting the lockers. So now we need to
Looks like he's been hitting that one pretty hard.
yeah, so now we need to replace these. But it was cool. And then I put in, I didn't know what else to do in here, so I put in the intro of We Will Rock You, the boom boom clap. So
That works, you know?
it's fun. And then this is one of my favorite scenes. So this is our bathroom.
Bathroom.
Because he actually uses this.
We do actually use it. I have a secret plumbing system here. Only I put in. But all of these fixtures are original to the school. So the sinks, the urinals, there's a toilet in there. All of these were actually down in the bomb shelter.
Okay.
And I asked the facility people, like, hey, can we use these? They were just sitting in the pile. They're like, oh yeah, go for it. So we hauled them up here. Steve and Scott knocked this out really quick somehow. But it just turned out great. That's original dust to the building. So I'm trying to keep that as long as possible.
Right,
I don't blame you.
It just looks great. just a goofy scene. The audio in here is like somebody using the bathroom, so you can hear the stall opening, closing, toilet flushing, stuff like that. And the trigger is, it's a mixture. It's a fun one I made. It's a monster sound cut off by a wet fart.
Oh, nice.
So it's dumb.
And then Henry's already taking a shit.
Yeah, Henry's on the toilet.
Damn it, Henry.
That's actually like one of my friends, when he gets drunk, he passes out taking a shit.
Yep.
I don't understand why. We find him in the bathroom, we're like, all right, Tom fell asleep again.
This is the principal's office.
The principal's office.
We had a lot of just big furniture. So
Where do we put it?
we ended up putting it in a really small room.
And it worked.
Funny.
But it's
Yeah.
cool,
Yeah.
it's become climbing surfaces.
Oh, yeah.
So an actor can stand there, and then once you walk in, they'll jump down. I've had another actor jump across and back and forth. It's,
Front flips.
yes. I've had actors skateboard.
Flip. This is a beautiful
Just-
lamp. Ugh.
I was gonna say do an
Yeah.
ollie on this.
Oh, gosh.
Look at that. That's spray foam on there, isn't it?
We got some great
Ugh.
stuff. Yeah.
And this is original from my childhood.
Oh,
I
yeah.
braided my mom a ton because I was obsessed with these when I was a kid. And
Bubbles.
yeah, she finally bought me one. So this is mine from when I was a kid. So.
Well, that's cool.
And this is the final school hallway. This was the worst one to paint because it just goes on and on and on.
Nope.
I tried using a laser level. I could never line it up right.
Oh.
So I ended up just measuring and taping.
Hey, it works.
I like how you kept the color consistency throughout, though.
Yes. That's him. I followed his lead on that.
I thought it was very important to keep the whole. I'm very immersive, and it's all about keeping the story. So the colors, I think, really sell it. That way, it's like it's one cohesive story. Because the catacombs section does, I feel like throw off people. People don't really understand they're in the basement of it. We didn't really have time to create something to sell that story yet.
Yeah.
So, but coming back to this, it's like, all right, we're still in the school. We're still in the school. So,
But this is the final scene. So during the season, this is our prom.
Oh, we gotta have the prom.
But every off-season event, it's a different dance per event.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But this is all DMX, so it's all triggered. So it does like a stutter, and right now it does like a EDM version of Mariah Carey.
Oh, wow.
I'll show you guys later. It's ridiculous. But for Christmas, I had sugar plum fairies in here, which was really fun. During the season, since it is prom, I originally was going to do like a prom king and queen, but then I was like, what's the king gonna do?
Yeah.
Then I had the epiphany one day if we did prom queen and then prom queen runner up.
Ah, there you go.
So we decided to go a little cat fighting, and it actually ended up being amazing.
Oh, it
Oh,
sounds
yeah.
good. Yeah.
So it's a lot of fun. The actors in here always have great dialogue. It's just fun. And I also tell them to like swap roles, and that just keeps everyone on their toes too.
Yeah.
I'm the queen.
So-
No, I'm the queen. Yeah.
obviously, we
That's
all
fun.
know I'm the queen.
Uh-huh.
Is this how you do
Carlos
it?
is the queen.
And then this puts us right out where the bathrooms are / the back side of the queue line.
Perfect. Glee.
So we have our family-friendly photo op here.
Okay.
These are more of the lockers that the staff, the facility people moved here for us to create this. But it's actually been really cool. The Compromise staff set up like a little book for people to write their name and the year they graduated. And we've been getting a lot of people who actually graduated from here.
That's
That is
cool.
really cool.
So that's been really cool to keep track of and watch. And then we have the Panther claws that were 3D printed.
Oh, okay.
Whoa,
This
that
was a
big one?
massive one.
That was 3D
Yeah.
printed?
Wow.
Yes.
Holy cow.
I think, what was he saying? It was like 40 pieces that you had to put
It
together?
was a lot.
Wow.
Yeah.
Matt's a great tech guy. I like to throw paint at walls. So also, if anyone's looking to hire us,
We're available.
we're broke.
Give us a call.
Too many things going on. Help us.
They
Let us know.
do lots of work in a small amount of time. So.
We have cars. We can travel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Also-
Harris is a sellout. Yeah, I gotta wait for him to get his shit together.
Harris.
Damn it, Carlos.
Canceled.
Like I said, I don't care. The hall's for sale. Come by at harrisnightmare@gmail.com.
I
It's
can
for
go show
sale.
you all the foam we bought for him to not carve. Let's go do
Right?
it.
Yeah.
Lots of foam.
We can.
He says, let's go look at the foam.
No, I mean, we could do like actual
Oh yeah, we got
backstage
actual
area.
behind the scenes back
Yeah.
here. Yeah.
So this is our egress. Basically, the haunt itself was all classrooms. So when we came in, all the divider walls were still up, so they had to get ripped down. We still had the old big bubble TVs hanging from the ceiling.
What?
Oh wow.
I don't know what the actual term for those TVs is, but those all had to get gutted. We kept one divider up just for the dark maze. But basically all of these were the classroom doors that we ripped down too and just put flaps on.
I like
Wow.
to see how they're all
Fabric.
labeled and stuff too. Huh.
That's me because we immediately started getting lost. As soon as all the walls were built, we had no idea where we were.
Right.
So I did that just for my own sake, but also for emergency sake. It's just easier for EMT or EMS. Also new actors coming in just for a night. Just makes sense.
And the fire marshals love this kind
I
of stuff.
guarantee it.
So
Yeah.
the fact that there's so many exit points, I mean, that was a selling point. I remember when I first looked at the building in whatever, April or March, I told the building, I was like, this has to be a whole egress. They're gonna love that. Like, this is an easy way out. It's simple. It's pretty self-explanatory, and there's so many. Like, you pretty much walk a few rooms, and you're like, there's an emergency
Yeah.
exit. So like, they can't, you know.
It's super easy. And also we have the space in here to build what we can and then move it into the scene, which is also super
Oh,
nice.
that's super handy. Yeah. It doubles as a.
So this
actual
becomes
workstation.
workshop as well. But when we're running, it is egress. It is before the show, the actor hangout area as well.
But it's also, like I said, I mean, there's a lot of space that can be used for the haunt here still too.
Oh, I measured this today.
Did
This is
Gears are turning.
this is 58 feet, and then to this wall is 23. So it's 58 by 23.
Oh wow.
Like, so there's a lot of room. So there's a lot of, there's enough growth to create like another, you know, hey, if we get 5-10 minutes out of it.
Right, exactly. That's a lot.
Yeah.
A lot, though, you know?
I mean,
It is, yeah.
we have a lot of plans. Like, so we gotta sit down, talk, and figure out what makes sense, and what Matt can afford, because Matt's now.
Well, he needs to stop buying giants so we can buy something
He
here.
needs to
I can afford a lot more if
He
you
needs to
stop
stop buying
buying.
subwoofers.
I need to stop buying subwoofers so I can buy giants.
Yep, yep. That way Carlos is happy, and now you can go buy lies. You know?
I also made little first aid stations for everybody.
got
So there's,
nice.
I split into thirds, so one on that side, one in the middle, one here. I don't want any of my actors to call the medic for a Band-Aid.
Right.
Yeah.
Never.
Come out
So
and get a freaking Band-Aid.
every night when I do the pump up, I tell them, go to the first aid kit. So it's simple. I also have little running lights that I point at it so they could see in the
It's
dark.
all dark, yeah.
This is our Christmas pile / prop pile that needs to be redressed and then placed eventually. This is makeup room. It's also our storage room. Please forgive us. But it gets the job done right now. I'm hoping, I'd love to install an inline air system for everybody this year.
Oh yeah.
Instead of individual compressors. It just would be cleaner and way easier for everybody to use. But that's a big goal. I'd love for him to carve. This is all the foam we bought.
Oh my gosh.
Carlos, what are you doing?
Why
And
isn't
I-
this car
Leave me
here?
alone.
And I put stuff in front of it so he wouldn't come here when I'm not here to take it to Harrah's.
Oh, I have it.
Oh, you
Like,
can block it.
it's funny. You should, I'm a big, for some reason, I love doing foam work. Even though while I'm doing it, I'm like, this foam because it's messy. What beads are over me, spraying the stuff of cover stucco. It's just like, I'm like, but I love it.
And then when it's done, it's like, oh.
It's cool.
Yeah, but
it's way cool.
You guys didn't see some of the workshops, some of the areas. I got foam everywhere. I mean, I guess I'm known for doing a lot of foam work, you know, especially when I go to other haunts. I just love foam. I think you can do a lot with foam, and I think
So-
most haunts use foam at this point.
Hopefully, I'd like to use it this year. We'll see. But stuff that we couldn't really get to fit in the show is in here. This is one of the old things I was telling you about that we all took out, but I kept this one
the
just
TVs.
just for the noodles.
You gotta have easy noodle.
Yeah, we're watching Noodles today. That's
Yeah.
on the homework.
Who's it? Gordon
Noodle.
Ramsay.
Yeah, Noodles here, Noodles there.
Noodles everywhere.
Yeah, we have a lot.
Well, we saw some of what Carlos could do with noodles over there, and I think
Yeah,
I see
he's-
some over here, maybe.
He's a whiz with noodles.
I don't, I don't know how to respond to that.
Did we just go rated R here without us knowing?
But during operating nights, I bought a crock pot this year so I can serve food for everyone. So usually it's been like pulled pork, or I love the, shout out to Dinty Moore, I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
But this is sick.
Are those like microwavable or something?
You
I don't
throw them in
know.
the crock pot.
You just throw them in the crock pot,
and it's
a
heated.
little black pepper. I also bring Fritos so that people can put Fritos in it.
Oh, kind of like a, oh man.
That sounds good.
And it's just comforting. It's really good. But yeah, usually crock pot station. I just want to make everyone feel as comfortable as possible.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And be fueled and energized.
Yes. Energized, buddy.
This is costumes. This is Bliss's room. This is the Pink Pony Club rules.
Oh.
Those sound like the important rules.
And make sure you have your ID and keys ready.
So is that kind of the same with the ID check?
Yeah, I pretty much what everything I did at Harris, I told Matt this is what I would do so that way we can implement it here. Because that system has been pretty clean, it's pretty effective, and it works.
Most haunts use that.
Yeah.
Gotcha, okay.
So
Alright.
it's just easy. It just adds more responsibility. So and it just goes a long way. But this is the rules. Obviously, we'd love to build this out more this year.
Hey.
But this is Bliss's stock of costumes as well as masks. So most of this right now is all Christmas. We still have most of the season stuff out, but I think some of it did get put away. With the time we had, we just kind of set this up real quick. This is what we got, and it's working. We have the room. I'd love to build a couple changing rooms over here this year. This is my room. I haven't had time to organize it.
Sounds-
This is also my personal first big compressor that can run the show,
nice.
in its entirety.
So the whole thing runs off of that one. Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
Whereas before I would have to run air blasters just on their own air compressors. I still want to maybe do that later down the line. But right now, this guy's doing the whole thing, no problem.
That's cool.
I'll show you some hands-on examples.
Oh yeah.
So this is one of the smaller, they're called ellipsoidals is the type of light, but this is one of my smaller ones. So this one I could zoom, so a smaller beam or a bigger beam, and then it has a separate focus for the edge. But this actually has a gobo in it.
Oh.
So this is like a card gobo. So that's just a little piece of steel. And obviously, per light, they come in different sizes. And there's so many designs. And a lot of people will also.
That's what you were talking about. The guy could 3D engrave or engrave
Yeah,
it.
so he found little glass ones that he can make for me. So whatever I need, I'll just hit him up and be like, yeah,
That's
I'll
really
make
cool.
it. So that's a little guy, and then I do have a few of these in the show. It's just installing them is not easy. So this is a
Good
big normal version
Big
of that.
boy
So this
version.
is what you would see in any typical theater setting.
Gotcha.
But all LED. They used to not be LED. So these are fun.
I bet those were hot.
The old
Yeah.
ones, oh my God, yeah, they literally would take your skin off.
Oh no.
So always had to wear gloves on the old ones. Even if you went to go change a light bulb on them, even if it was cooled down, the oil on your finger can make the bulb explode.
Oh
Right.
wow.
Definitely recommend if you can find them used. Always start used. This is the sound control panel.
I remember something similar to this.
So this
from,
is- I used this at Laurel as well. But this is just so I could turn speakers on and off while I can keep the whole show on and still work with the sound off, or I can work with the sound on. I also have some lighting in here because there's a couple of breakers that have to stay on that I found out later because they're connected to the front office.
Oh whoops.
So those are also, some of those lights are on remotes now too. This is one of my favorite parts. I love hearing it rumble and just come to life because it's a little machine and it's a fun little machine. So they're all on remotes. You have to hit them a couple times every time, just play safe.
Oh, that's cool.
It just gets louder and
You
louder.
can already hear some of those subwoofers kicking in.
Oh yeah. Ooh.
Dark Maze is about to go. There it is.
Oh
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if you guys can hear that through the phone, but it just got really bassy.
So are these kind of like your lights too, where you're able to adjust and like swap out the sounds for the different shows too?
This is literally just on off.
Okay.
This is just my way of being able to turn on the whole show without having sound on.
Gotcha.
Just so that I can work and not lose my mind.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is just my way of doing that. It also, like, sometimes I don't want all my animatronics to just be on all the time when I'm working with the air on. So some animatronics are on here as well, but this is just an on-off system.
Okay. But they are still fairly modular, it looks like, to where you can adjust sound per room fairly easily.
Yeah, so most are off of prop controllers, so I just have to go to each controller, pull out the SD card, load it onto my computer, swap files.
Gotcha.
There are a few that are actually just USB sticks that just loop.
Okay.
But most of these are controllers.
It's still cool that you can just hit them with a touch of a button
Yes.
and not have to walk through the whole show necessarily.
I used to do that.
Right?
Not worth it. But these are just simple little Amazon remotes. I think it says that they're long range. I guess depending on your building and how much rebar and how thick your walls are, will depend on how well these will work. But
Gotcha.
since everything's pretty much drywall and it's all pretty close by, it does a good job. Sometimes I have to go back and hit a couple of them. It just happens.
Right.
But it's a really quick and cheap option. That's why I do it. The hard part is just keeping it organized.
Oh,
So
yeah.
as I'm putting my plugs in on my speakers, I label the box, label the plug, take a picture of the box, type it up, and then I make these little... It's super simple. I try my best to organize it. Eventually, I'd love to have like the Fear Columbus set up and have the main computer and the amp rack, but
Yeah.
it's down the road.
You gotta
Right now,
still-
Like next year.
This is still
Next year.
this is still very, very organized.
So
I
it
love
helps. I don't know how he does it in his haunt, but whenever he turns on his haunt, all his sound comes on too, and he just works in it. I think that's psychotic. No, we do have a ghost here.
I was gonna
Oh,
ask, do you
okay.
think that this one's haunted at all?
We do have one for sure. Her name is Bernice. She's super cool. I was programming the lighting in the gym one day. This was probably like 11 o'clock or midnight. And then out of nowhere, I heard what sounded like knuckle hitting one of those metal barrels in the electrical room. I was like, interesting. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't feel great about that. So I calmly like packed up and cleaned up and went home.
Calmly packed up and ran the
Came back the next day, was standing just outside the electrical room, heard it again. I was like, okay, let's pull out Spirit Talker. Let's just get this over with. It was a lady that came through. I didn't say her name, but I've spoken with the theater people. And they told me this was definitely Bernice, but it said, I'm a lady, I protect this place.
Okay.
And that was it.
All right.
And I was like, awesome, cool. And then I also asked her, I was like, hey, can you just tap it one more time? And she did.
Nice.
It was really
Okay.
cool. So far, positive.
He's like, I'm not hearing this right now.
I don't believe it, nor do I want to be part of it.
I don't know if
Just in case.
I don't know if anything else is here yet. We'll find out in time.
Hello, Bernice.
Hi, Bernice.
Hello, Bernice.
She's
Wherever
cool.
you are.
Find us.
But I mean, there's a chance something else is here. I just don't know yet. I haven't had anything else happen.
What's the feeling that you want people to leave with when they come to the final bill?
Excitement and just all above all else, I want everyone just to have a good time and be fully entertained. If you're scared, I'm way hype on that. But even if you get a good laugh in, or if you laugh at someone in your group, that to me is really important too. The whole basis of this is to transport you from your world for a moment. And if I can do that, I'm happy. And if it actually fully works, that's why I'm here. Because again, I'm a theater guy, also a musician, so I feel like my purpose in this world has always been to help transport people in the small moments and give them that just out of time, out of space moment. So that's my overall goal until I die.
Now the real answer is, we want them to go home and be like, fucking broke. Just make my appointments.
I'm just gonna keep saying, damn it, Carlos.
Damn it, Carlos.
Canceled. Right? Finally.
And then for folks looking for the final bell, how do they find you online?
Findablehaunt.com. We're also on social media, Instagram, as well as Facebook.
Well, Scare Factor, it was great having you guys.
Thank
Class
you so
is
much.
over.
Class is over.
It is eternal, but we're about to swap homes. I'm going over to the mall, He's coming here, so we got a lot of work to do.
Oh, yeah.
Come on. On for sale.
Bye.
It's on for sale.
Bye. Let me kick this out into the fog.